its latest effort to dominate the retail marketplace, Amazon is apparently looking to acquire some locations of bankrupt Toys R Us. But would this be a bad move for American consumers? Here now to weigh in is Senior Fellow for Fiscal Policy at National Taxpayers Union, Mattie Duppler. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, morning, Heather.
So Amazon taking over the world.
You know, I think that this is an interesting move for Amazon. And, you know, whenever a beloved brand announces closing its doors, there's a question of what's next? What's next for that company? What's next for its employees? And that's the question that we've been seeing a lot of. So with Amazon expressing interest in the brick and mortar locations for Toys R Us, I think that's a very encouraging signal that when a retailer closes up shop, there will be another opportunity there for both the employees and the communities surrounding those brick and mortars to recover. You know, Toys R Us employs over 30,000 people, so the question of what they do next is a big one. Amazon, of course, being a major employer, but also a major force in retail, offers an opportunity for those employees to be able to move maybe to another sector, but those communities where brick and mortars would otherwise just be dead capital when a retailer closes, that's a good opportunity for them too.
We'll clarify that though, because that's what we were just discussing before you came up. You know, will Amazon take over their actual brick and mortar locations, or will they then move Toys R Us and their products to completely online?
Well, listen, this is all part of the evolution of both retail and commerce in general. Amazon really isn't even a retailer anymore. Amazon's a content creator. They're a tech company. So that space in and of itself needs to be used for something. Otherwise, it will sit and be dead capital on the communities that it used to serve. So whether or not it becomes another retailer of toys or of similar commerce to Toys R Us, I think is really not the question we should be asking. It's that, will this void be filled in a productive capacity? And I think that with Amazon, with all of the services that it offers that opportunity.
Right. Well, let's take a look at that. Since you brought it up, Amazon's retail footprint, as it has to do with e-commerce, they control 40% of U.S. e-commerce market. Echo devices, they control 75% of the smart speaker market, and then they command 40 cents of each dollar spent online in the U.S.
Yeah, it's an incredible amount of heft that Amazon carries in the United States economy. But look at what's happening in the economy around Amazon. Right now, these workers are entering an economy where we're about 4% unemployment, and we have actually more jobs than workers. So there's an opportunity here for Amazon to move in and offer an expansion in the labor market that perhaps the communities hadn't had before, where these hundreds of locations had been. I do think that this is a reflection of the times, the fact that commerce and e-commerce are changing, but it's an opportunity for both workers and employers to evolve with the changing of the times and allow for opportunities for workers that they may not have had before.
So whereas we typically think of, you know, a company like Amazon with all of their products going online, taking away jobs, you're saying that it's actually an opportunity to kind of morph into some different type of jobs.
I think that's exactly right. And look, you know, the Capitol's behind me. I'm here in Washington, D.C., where we worry about public policy. I think the question of whether or not we have the public policy that induces the next Amazon, more companies to innovate, to create more of these new jobs and new opportunities, is the best question to be asking right now. And I think that that is what Washington, lawmakers in Washington need to be focused on.
All right. Well, you got to keep some toy stores around, though, for the kids so they can go up and down the aisles and play with the toys. You
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely.
All right. Mattie, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, the time now is